Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Monastics, devout lay Buddhists, and all kind-hearted viewers, a warm welcome to our quickly English Buddhist news, brought to you by the Information and the Communication Board of the Buddhist Sangha in Bạc Liêu Province. May you be blessed with peace, wisdom, and compassion on the noble path of practice. This week, we are pleased to share with you a branch of meaningful Dharma activities and compassionate endeavors that continue to illuminate the path of mindfulness, morality, and service in our province.
Long Phước Pagoda hosts the 268th one-day retreat featuring a profound Dharma talk on precepts, concentration, wisdom. Ngọc Giác Monastery lay devotees bring compassion into action by offering support to those in need. Hải Triều Âm Pagoda organized the 42nd Nurturing Wisdom Retreat for Youth with teachings on taking refuge in the Triple Gems. Long Phước Pagoda, formal commencement of the Rain Retreat, Buddhist calendar, 2569. Bạc Liêu and Giác Hoa Pagodas, Rain Retreats for Bhikkhuni Sangha. Buddharang Temple launches a Khmer language class to preserve cultural identities and nurture moral values among the youth. Vĩnh Quế Temple conducts a one-day mindfulness retreat with a Dharma talk on practicing amid impermanence.
Let us begin our bulletin with a profound Dharma teaching that took place at Long Phước Pagoda. On June 8, 2025, nearly 200 lay practitioners gathered for 268th one-day mindfulness retreat. Venerable Thích Tâm Khiết, Deputy Head of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Executive Board in Trà Vinh Province, delivered an insightful Dharma discourse on the foundational paths of morality, sila, concentration, samadhi, wisdom, panya, highlighting their role in liberating sentient beings from suffering and leading to the peace of nirvana.
On the morning of June 8, 2025, a large number of lay practitioners gathered at Long Phước Pagoda, Wat Phai, Bạc Liêu City for the 268th one-day mindfulness retreat combined with the basic Dharma class. Venerable Thích Tâm Khiết, Deputy Head and Chief Secretary of the Executive Board of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha in Trà Vinh Province, delivered a Dharma talk titled Precept, Concentration, Wisdom. The Venerable offered profound insights into the threefold training, sila, samadhi, and prajna, as the path that liberates sentient beings from the cycle of birth and death and leads to the bliss of nirvana. He emphasized that precepts serve as the ethical foundation for purifying body, speech, and mind. Concentration stabilizes the mind, and wisdom allows one to perceive the impermanent, unsatisfactory, and non-self nature of all phenomena. Through the discourse, he encouraged practitioners to cultivate gratitude, uphold the 5 precepts, and live mindfully in each present moment. Recognizing impermanence, he said, is the gateway to mindfulness, compassion, and the transformation of suffering.
Turning now to a touching example of Buddhist compassion in daily life, on the same morning, lay devotee Ngọc Hiền of the Ngọc Giác Monastery Dharma Assembly offered charitable aid to a family in need. With heartfelt sincerity, a donation of over 12 million Vietnam dong were presented to support Ms. Hải and her grandson. This gesture reflects the Bodhisattva spirit in action and boundless kindness of the Buddhist lay communities.
Also, on the morning of June 8, 2025, lay devotee Ngọc Hiền of the Ngọc Giác Monastery Dharma Assembly, Hiệp Thanh Commune, Bạc Liêu City, a member of the Provincial Buddhist Social Charity Committee, visited Hòa Bình Township to offer financial assistance. A total of 12,500,000 Vietnamese dong was donated to support Ms. Hai and her grandchild, Kha, both of whom are living in extremely difficult circumstances. This act of kindness is one among many charitable initiatives carried out by late devotee Ngọc Hìn, exemplifying the compassionate spirit of the Buddha's disciples.
In a parallel Dharma event, Hải Triều Pagoda hosted its 42nd retreat for teenagers and youth. Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Liên Hòa, abbess of the pagoda, offered a moving Dharma talk on the theme Taking Refuge in the Triple Gems. Her message encouraged young participants to build their spiritual foundation through humility, diligent learning, and faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha as their eternal refuge.
On the same day, Hải Triều Pagoda, Vĩnh Thịnh Commune, Hòa Bình District hosted its 42nd Nurturing Wisdom Retreat for teenagers and youth. The retreat featured a Dharma talk by Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Liên Hoa, the best of the pagoda, on the topic Taking Refuge in the Three Jewels. She emphasized that the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha are a firm refuge, capable of transforming suffering and nurturing a virtuous life. The Bhikkhuni encouraged the young participants to study diligently, remain humble, and rely on the three jewels as a foundation for their personal and spiritual growth.
In observance of traditional monastic discipline, the rain retreats for Buddhist monks and nuns officially began on June 11, 2025. Long Phước Pagoda serves as the venue for the formal Tác Pháp and Cư Kiết Hạ ceremony recited over the Most Venerable Thích Giác Nghi. The retreat sets a 3-month period for intensive study and practice, renewing the vows of spiritual cultivation in accordance with the Vinaya tradition.
On the morning of June 11, 2025, the Executive Board of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Bạc Liêu solemnly held the Tác Pháp An Cư Kiết Hạ commencement of the rain retreat at Long Phước Pagoda, Ward 5, Bạc Liêu City. In accordance with the Vinaya of the monastic code, monks and nuns from across the province gathered in a solemn and tranquil atmosphere to officially enter the 3-month retreat. The ceremony was presided over by Venerable Thích Giác Nghi, head of the Provincial Executive Board, and Venerable Thích Quảng Thôi, deputy head. This year, 3 retreat venues were designated: Long Phước Pagoda for monks, Bạch Liêu Pagoda, Ward 1, Bạc Liêu City, and Giác Hoa Pagoda, Bến Lợi District for nuns. Following the formal commencement ceremony, the Sangha convened to appoint the rain retreat administrative council and finalize the training program. Venerable Thích Giác Nghi was appointed retreat master. Deputy master include Venerable Thích Quảng Thôi, Thích Phước Châu, and Thích Phước Thuận. Venerable Thích Giác Nghi offered words of encouragement, urging monastics to diligently cultivate discipline, harmony, and inner development during the retreat. He especially emphasized that the monastic student of the Intermediate School of Buddhist Studies must diligently study the Dhamma to cultivate wisdom and become strong spiritual pillars for lay followers.
In continuation of rain retreat observances, the Bhikkhuni Sangha of Bạch Liêu and Giác Hoa Pagodas solemnly entered their 3-month retreat under the guidance of Abbesses Thích Nữ Diệu Nghĩa and Thích Nữ Nghiêm Thành. The ceremonies proceeded with quiet dignities and spiritual focus. The retreats provide sacred space for nuns to deepen precepts, meditation, and the compassionate transmission of the Dhamma.
Also on June 11, 2025, the Bhikkhuni communities of Bạch Liêu Pagoda, Ward 1, Bạc Liêu City, and Giác Hoa Pagoda, Châu Thới Commune, Vĩnh Lợi District ceremoniously began the rain retreat under the guidance of Abbess Thích Nữ Diệu Nghĩa and Abbess Thích Nữ Nghiêm Thanh respectively. In accordance with Vinaya tradition, the Bhikkhuni Sangha solemnly conducted confession, communal recitation, and formal declarations to enter the retreat. Each nun expressed strong resolve to diligently study and strictly observe the precept throughout the 3-month period. The ceremonies concluded in a joyful and serene atmosphere. Bạch Liêu and Giác Hoa Pagoda will serve as spiritual sanctuaries where the Bhikkhuni Sangha can deepen the practice, cultivate merits and wisdom, and continue the sacred transmission of the Dharma during this year's retreat.
In an effort to reserve cultural heritage and support youth development, Bút Phật Temple has launched a Khmer language class for local children and monastics. The program has drawn nearly 200 students and is taught daily by a team of dedicated monastics and educators. Alongside language, the class nurtures ethics, identity, moral grounding, and spiritual values, ensuring that nurture generation remain rooted in compassion and culture.
In an effort to provide meaningful summer activities for local children and youth, Most Venerable Thang Savong, Abbot of Bút Phật Temple, Gaya Chok, Vĩnh Lợi District, has launched a Khmer language class at the temple. The class has attracted nearly 200 participants, including monastic and local youth. Students are grouped into 3 levels: 2 first-level classes with 99 students, 2 second-level classes with 67 students, and 1 third-level class with 32 students. The program is conducted from Monday to Sunday between 1:30 p.m. and 4 p.m. The program is led by Venerable That Hoàng Tuấn, Venerable That Minh Thắng, Venerable Lý Văn Thông, along with lay teacher Liu Thịnh. In addition to Khmer language instruction, the curriculum incorporates traditional cultural values to help preserve the ethnic identity, foster cultural pride, and nurture the moral foundation of the younger generation.
We conclude this week's report with a contemplative Dharma talk at Vĩnh Quế Temple. Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Diệu Trang hosted a one-day retreat where Venerable Thích Ngộ Trí Dũng delivered a moving teachings on practicing amidst impermanence. He reminded all present that the 2 parts of practice is not delayed for ideal conditions, but found in very harsh applied challenges. Through mindful breath, the awareness of impermanence, we may touch true peace.
On the afternoon of June 13, 2025, Vĩnh Quế Temple in Lang Trọng Wo, Yarai Town, hosted a one-day mindfulness retreat led by Bhikkhuni Thích Nữ Diệu Trang, the abbess of the temple. Many lay Buddhists from near and far gathered for this day of practice. During the retreat, Venerable Thích Ngộ Trí Dũng, currently staying at Giác Ngộ Temple in District 10, Ho Chi Minh City, gave a Dharma talk titled Practicing Amid Impermanence. In his talk, the Venerable shared that true spiritual practice doesn't depend on perfect conditions. Instead, it's in difficult times when we can still stay mindful and keep our body-mind that real practice happens. He also reminded everyone about the importance of the 5 precepts: not killing, not stealing, not engaging in sexual misconduct, not lying, and not using intoxicants. Keeping the precepts helps protect our lives now and builds good conditions for the future. The Venerable encouraged everyone, saying, "Practice while you still can. Don't wait until your last strength is gone." He reminded us that life is always changing and nothing lasts forever. So we must practice in each moment, with every breath, to transform our body and mind and find true peace.
These events are a testament to vibrant and compassionate spirit of Buddhist community in Bạc Liêu, from nurturing young minds and supporting the disadvantaged to deepening the monastic training through the Drain retreats. The light of Dharma continues to shine brightly across all generations. We sincerely thank you for your kind attention and spiritual support. Until next time, may the Triple Gem bless you with inner peace, good health, and spiritual process. See you in our next broadcast. Namo Buddhaya.